After more than 55 years of service, last week they were officially retired from the inner city train network. In January, I was so glad to be able to take my little boy to go and see the VSET at my local train station at Gordon. Generations of commuters travelling from Sydney to the Central Coast, Hunter, Western Sydney and Blue Mountains know these trains very well, having spent hundreds of hours in them. I note my friend Matthew Hayes, who's in the gallery here, who's a VSET enthusiast like me, and I also know the member for Blacktown's a VSET enthusiast and was there, and so I share all their passion. I note that the VSET retirement closes a personal chapter for my childhood. Growing up in and around Hornsby Station, they were a constant presence. I always took more of an interest in the VSET than any other train. They were the comfiest trains with carpet, headrests and air conditioning, and they were far more luxurious than the red rattlers that I caught on the North Shore train to school. They also offered express services that would swirl past those smaller stations. Their destination from Hornsby would always read Sydney Terminal, now we just referred to as Central. The VSET trains are not just old, but they are historic. Locally manufactured in Granville from 1970, they began service that year. And overnight, they transformed inner city commuting in New South Wales. The first trains were nicknamed Blue Goose, or the Blue Geese, due to their blue and grey livery. And it was great to see the final VSET that went from Lithgow right through to Central had that livery painted again. They tried to keep it a secret, but all the train enthusiasts out there clearly got wind of it, and they got those very secret photos. But it was a really wonderful tribute. As they retire, they were the oldest electric trains in the rail fleet, having collectively travelled over 140 kilometres in their lifetime, or 182 trips to the moon and back. And Speaker, in trying to calculate that, I didn't realise that the moon is actually extremely far away. So 180 trips to the moon and back is really, really quite impressive. But Speaker, progress on our rail should never stop, and the VSETs are being replaced by the new DSETs, known as the Marayung fleet. This is a new and modern train designed to meet the needs of the 21st century commuters. But Speaker, as we farewell the VSETs for the final time, they are more than just another train with metal and wheels. They are a part of the lives for thousands of commuters in their daily life. People spent, I believe, probably far too long than they ever wanted to ever be in that train, but they were there, they were reliable, and for over 55 years, that's just a remarkable achievement. I loved all the different livery colours. I know many of the rail enthusiasts, particularly on Instagram, would be putting up their tribute posts and their drawings. What a really wonderful community, and I'm so glad that we honour the rail history in our state, and I really do look forward to going to the museums and being able to even ride on some of these trains well into the future, and certainly take my baby boy, who I have noticed does get a bit excited as a 9-month-old to see the train. But for one young boy, who myself was watching from the platform in Hornsby, they certainly have sparked a lifelong interest in our railways. So I now say that the VSETs will now take their place in the rich tapestry of New South Wales rail history.